Hey everybody, Cam here with a video on AMC and Gamestop. So we'll start with AMC, closed at 917 today, down another 2%. And so really had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight days red now after we put in that high up to 12.22. So we broke out of the triangle on the 23rd on that gap up, stayed above the 12s for a little bit, and then just been straight selling off. And then yesterday, right, so we moved through the rising support line, so failed there, but we did get a bounce on the prior resistance line, right? So the downtrend top of the triangle was resistance before, acted as support yesterday, right? Sold through it, got a bounce, closed above it. Today, just touched it again. So this is now acting as support in my eyes. And we also, we're right about this $9 level, which has been support and resistance prior, right? So we had somewhat resistance here. The breakout of that level sent us higher. Got the sell off right down here at 8.93. Bounced off 8.95, right? So about the 78.6 fib as well. Bounce here, so bounce around this $9. So we're sitting in an area where, buyers could be entering at. But we look at the volume here, quite a bit more volume now, above $9, just because we've been bouncing around between 9 and 10 for basically 2 months now. So look for those buyers to come in hopefully tomorrow, right? So we've closed out the triangle. Now we just need a bounce. Hopefully it corresponds with where this triangle and this 78.6 fib enter at. So AMC does have his conference call and earnings after hours tomorrow. I'm seeing this here. If they release it on TD Ameritrade, it's showing here, but earningswhisperer.com is showing that they haven't released that yet. They're just showing that their consensus was, minus 130. The consensus between other analysts is minus $1.28 for EPS. So we'll look to see if AMC can beat those numbers. But you see kind of the articles over here on TD kind of knocking it down. So SEC studying whether new rules need to be adopted for apps that gamify trading. So obviously talking about Robinhood, Webull, all the ones on your phone. So there was some weakness, saying now that there's pullback in reopening names despite easing of COVID-19 restrictions in some states. So it could be, selling a news type event. So we'll look to see. The biggest thing is going to be AMC releasing positive earnings, and not necessarily, positive all around, but, better than market expectation or something that surprises them. And then also you kind of have the negative effect where they rescheduled their annual meeting of stockholders to July 29th. I believe that was supposed to be scheduled for the beginning of June. So they pushed it back in time. So who knows, they could have something up their sleeves with the shelf offering that they have in store. So let's look at the weekly candle right now, see where we're at. So obviously big red candle down right now. So we're literally looking at I think a make or break zone for a bounce here at $9. So if we can't bounce at 9, we probably pull back down to this 22 EMA around $8, else corresponding with this standard deviation level, one standard dev level. All right, so on the charts, how standard Ds work. This is a neutral line. The green line is 1, so 68% of the time, volume's going to stay between the 1s and the neutral zone. So you can see, we've had 9 straight weeks above that level, so could get a regression lower if buyers don't step in around the $9 level. And you see here even more on the weekly, getting the last 3 years in there. A lot of volume concentrated around $9. So look to see if buyers enter there, and if we get an uptick on volume for the rest of the week. And then we'll look at GME as well. Just start here on the weekly, just because we're here. See, similar to AMC, red candle down, quite a bit lower on volume. So only 11 million shares in 3 trading days this week. 33 million shares traded last week in 5 days. So it's about really about a 50% reduction right now. So we'll look to see if volume will pick up the rest of the week. We'll go to the daily side of things here now. you see we did break through the rising support line yesterday, so we sold off, bounced off the 50. We're able to close right back on it, so you can say, hey, it held today, acted as support. But today you see we pushed up higher, ran into 9 to 22 EMAs up in the 166 area, sold off that, and now we closed below that rising support line. So now this support line could be deemed as overhead resistance. As the top of the triangle here, we did not have a single day that was able to close above it, so that's been acting as resistance as well. But as this fills out now, so tomorrow this candle is going to be obviously right in this section where we're going to be between the two lines on the other side. So we'll look to see if we can make a move either way. Obviously, inclination is probably that we continue to move lower. So we want this 50 EMA to act as support for buyers, obviously sitting at 155. If that fails, we could probably go down, try this 151.8 level again, and then just look to take out the lows, right? So we have the standard D level coming up too at 143. But we just have these kind of rolling over of hills, so still higher or lower highs, I should say, right? So obviously the big move in January, high, next high, just down, lower highs, all in time. So that usually signifies more downside is coming. And if you look at volume here, right? So got a block of volume sitting around 150, and then most of the volume's lower at 133 down to the 120. So look to see if the buyers, bulls can hold this 50-day EMA. If not, we could be into a sell-off type scenario, right? So month of May is usually a sell-off month, but as you can see, the first 3 days this month have been pretty good for low flow stocks. Just the moves haven't came to the big names that everybody's watching in AMC, GME, or the other Wall Street best plays. I guess you can say NVIS has been still pretty volatile, but look to see if that changes to end out this week. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Where do you think GameStop and AMC are headed? Do you still think the squeeze is coming soon? Do you think the SEC's, right, if they crack down on this gamified trading, new DTC rules, you think those have effect in the short term? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I appreciate you taking the time to watch the videos, and we'll see you in the next one.